Hello, welcome back, Our Unruly Nest. My name is Amber. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. This is a new channel. We are currently working on a homeschool series. So that is what we are going to be discussing today, specifically curriculums that we ultimately decided not to use and a little bit about why. So before I get started, I do just want to say right up front, there is nothing wrong with any of the curriculums that I'm going to mention here. They just were not a good fit for my children, my family, my home. If these work well for you, or if you're thinking about using them, please do. Look into it, see if, perhaps maybe some of the difficulties that we had might be a point of concern for you. But if not, rock on. Oh, you saw my notes. Rock on. This is in no way, shape, or form to insult these curriculums or these companies in any way. So now that that is said, out of the way, if you find something of value in this video, please do like, subscribe, maybe come back and see us. The next video will probably be the curriculum that we are liking and that we are using and why. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, please do stick around and check out our next video. Okay, so the first one I did show you. I have a little cheat pad here, so don't mind me. It's something that I mentioned in my last video. I call it mom brain, call it my ongoing health issues. I cannot remember things. Like I cannot sit here and just pull this from my mind. Like I have to have notes. So I don't really know how to hide the fact that I need to look at a sheet of reference. So hopefully it doesn't bother you. Okay, the first one. Abeka. Okay, Abeka is a crowd favorite, as you know. Now, specifically, there are actually multiple reasons. For one, I mentioned it in a previous video, for my family choosing to do secular homeschooling. Abeka is way too religious for me, for my family. If that's not something that you are worried about, it might be a great choice for you. But that is not the only reason that we didn't choose it. So I did mention, I believe it was in last video, my daughter would be starting in grade 4, so level 4. She has always done very well in school. She has always tested very well. She has always been considered advanced for her age. However, with Abeka, instead of being able to start at level 4, she would have done a placement, she did a placement testing, would have put her in level 2, Abeka's version of level 2. Their curriculum is so advanced, in my opinion. Please don't come for me, Stephanie Harlow. Please don't come for me. In my opinion, unless you start with Abeka, like preschool, which for them is K4, and I'm gonna mention that next. If you start with them from the beginning and you do them all the way through, they have lots of amazing options, right? You can do parent-led, you can do a mix of parent-led and videos, you can do accredited. It's very, very expensive. I mean, several $100s. Just for my daughter, it would have been probably about $1,700 for 1 year. For my preschooler, for K4, it was going to be about $800 just for the year. Guys, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a curriculum, even if it's a great one, when there are so many amazing curriculums out there that are so affordable, if not free. So for me and for my family, Abeka is a pass. Now, I do want to mention real quick, the K4 that we were looking at, their K4 Phonics is supposed to be phenomenal. People love it. So I really hesitated not choosing it. And we didn't, and I will tell you actually what we did choose, and then I will elaborate on that in a later video. But the boxes, 3 boxes. How are you? I don't know about you, but my 3-year-old, 4-year-old, they send these huge 3 boxes with all these DVDs and books, and my preschooler's not going to sit and watch DVDs and then do book work with me. That's just not going to happen. If that's something that your child will do, maybe check into it. But even if my son would have been willing, the cost for me was just such a hurdle. I just know that there are so many other incredible curriculums out there that don't cost that. To me, I couldn't justify it personally. Okay, I did want to mention the reading that we are going to do rather than the phonics through Abeka is all about reading. I'm super excited about it, but I will mention that we will actually go through that in a later video. Okay, another that we did not use. Again, this is a huge favorite. I actually mentioned in the secular curriculum video, Math UC is actually kind of amazing. So I assumed that spelling UC would be as well. Not for us, not for my family, not for my daughter. No. Spelling UC, so Math UC and spelling UC, the whole curriculum has a multi-sensory approach to it, which I love. I especially loved for math. I thought it was really neat. It's a neat way to teach in a very engaging, practical way. I was super excited about it. I didn't even research it, you guys. I just ordered it because I assumed that I would love it because the Math UC I thought was great. No. It's just too much. It's too much. My daughter is very, very bright. She loves to learn. She loves school, and it's too much. So personally, that's a pass for us. So much tedious memorization. She wasn't retaining it. No. Wanted to, couldn't. Sorry. Okay, art, master books. Now, we are using math from master books this next year, but I love art. My daughter loves it. I wanted us to have a wonderful art curriculum. So when I was researching master books for the math, I saw that, let me see what it's called here. It's Master Books Living Art Lessons. You guys, the pages are beautiful. It comes, with a teacher's manual, and then you can get a workbook for each of your children. It looks amazing. Got it? Flip through it. No. Again, just too much. I have young kids, 3 and 9. It's way too much. If your kids are slightly older, or you guys want to spend, several hours a day on art, maybe it's for you. Not for us. So that's a pass for us. I haven't actually found an art curriculum yet. So if you know of one, or if you've used one, or you love it, leave a comment below so maybe I can hopefully find something that'll work for my family, because that was my plan and it's not going to happen. It actually already went back. So, okay, the next one, Saxon Math. You guys, people love Saxon Math. It has a huge following. It has a reputation for being incredibly dry, incredibly difficult and challenging, but my daughter's really good at math, so I thought, we can do this. The way that it's laid out, I felt like it was going to be pretty easy to teach. I actually have a friend, it's what she uses, so I was able to look through her stuff before ordering it. If you guys can find somebody with curriculum that you can look through prior to ordering it, do that. It really helped me a lot. So, but yeah, Saxon Math, I think we were looking for something a bit with a more, I don't want to say creative approach, but something that challenged the student to think more three-dimensional, kind of, creatively about math, because math in a textbook and math in real world day to day are very different. Just at the store yesterday, my cashier was so sweet. Her register wasn't working properly. She told me my total, I gave her the cash, and she looked at me like, how am I supposed to figure out what change to give you? And I just thought in my mind right then and there, I helped her, don't worry. I didn't just stand there and look at her and think all of this, but I was just thinking to myself, I want my daughter to be able to have both, right? The textbook knowledge, that dryness, if you will, right? Very black and white, here's how it's done. But I also want her to be able to think on her feet in math and life, right? Cooking, money, just things like that. Saxon, I don't believe, provides that. In my opinion, please don't come for me. It's just my opinion. We are a creative family. It was not going to be a good fit for us. I have another little note here. We like practice, repetition, practice, right? Spelling, math, anything that you have to learn, that you have to memorize and retain, and then later build on that knowledge. The Saxon Math lessons, there were, you would teach this whole lesson, and then you would get like 5 practice problems, and that was it. And then you were supposed to have mastered that and move on to the next lesson. Yeah, no, did not work. Not an option for us. But if that works for you, great. My father's world, I'm just going to say it, unpopular opinion. Guys, too religious. Like the Abec, it's just too religious for our taste. I tried. I loved how it was all laid out. Lesson plans, what to say, I just couldn't do it though. I just couldn't do it. I know that is such an unpopular opinion. People love this curriculum. Nope, not for us. The Good and the Beautiful. Man, I'm going to get so much hate on this video. Just remember, I'm not insulting these curriculums. I'm explaining why they didn't work for us, for my family, or for myself. Okay, The Good and the Beautiful. We're actually using their language arts this next year. We're going to try it. But their math, you guys, if Saxon is too stuffy, dry, rigid, The Good and the Beautiful is almost not any of those things at all, right? I feel like they're trying to focus so much on making it pretty and flowy that we went through, I'm trying to think how specifically what was said and done, but basically we were trying out some of the workbook pages that my daughter, who's very bright, was just like, Mom, I feel like I did this like in kindergarten or first grade, which was probably an exaggeration, but there was nothing. I think we would have had to have gone up like 3 levels. In my opinion, it's a pass. If you're looking for something, maybe if you have a child that struggles with math and they just, they're going to fight you, they just can't stand it, maybe check it out. But if you have a child that, you feel does well in math, and you want something even remotely challenging and engaging, don't come for me. But I don't think The Good and the Beautiful math is it. While we're on the topic of The Good and the Beautiful, the history, I wanted to love it. I did. We ended up finding another really amazing history curriculum. Again, that'll come in a later video, probably the next one. But The Good and the Beautiful history is not chronological. It's not. It hops all over the place. I don't know about you, but I'm not a history teacher. That's not what my higher education is in. And it drove me crazy. So I found it very disjointed, very confusing. Yes, they give you a little bit and then they'll eventually circle back. No. Chronological order, some kind of a flow, so that you can teach it in a way that it's going to both be engaging and retained. History is important. I feel history is vital. And in my opinion, don't come for me, the good and the beautiful history is just all over the place. No, it's pass. Okay, last one. Now, I referenced this in my last video, and I'm going to mention it again because I think it's an amazing curriculum. It just doesn't work for my family, and I'm going to tell you why. Time for Learning. It is a secular online curriculum. You guys, it is fantastic. They do grading, they'll do transcripts. I cannot recommend it enough if that fits your family's need base. If I lived somewhere where we had reliable home internet, we don't. We live in the country. We have high-speed internet. We pay for high-speed internet. We don't have high-speed internet, if you know what I mean. So because I cannot rely on my children having, uninterrupted home internet access, we cannot use it. So that's why we're not using it. But if we could, we would. Now, I would supplement it. That's just me though. But it is a wonderful curriculum, Time for Learning. But because of home internet difficulties, I feel like my daughter would be sitting there, in the middle of her lesson, and it would just be buffering and buffering. I'm not doing that to her. I'm not doing that to me. I'm not doing that to my son. But if you have fantastic internet, definitely check it out. So that is the curriculum that we are not using, and why. Maybe it'll help you, if you're contemplating any of these. Hopefully this was helpful. In an upcoming video, I will actually go through what we are using and why. And of course I have that all here, so I'll be able to show it to you. And I think we have some really awesome stuff. So I'm super, super excited. So make sure you stick around so that you don't miss that video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Make good choices. Have a great rest of the week, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.